Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the North Divide show here with your boy Jords, as well as Hooks, to talk about everything that happened in North London over the weekend. I thought I was going to dodge all the Tottenham smoke on the last show. Almost, right? We started late because they wanted to talk about Spurs at 2 o'clock. I said I'm going to leave, and they're like, oh, no. You got to talk about Spurs. You got to mention the loss and all of this and all of that. But look, we're here. We're going to be able to touch on it. But more importantly, big up to the boy Hooks. What you saying, my bro?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, I got W, so, I'm pretty chill right now, onto the international break and still in the Champions League, still top 4. Not much I can really say, like it's not all rosy over here, but it definitely ain't pain. So got to see Liverpool knocked out, which was fabulous.
We're gonna discuss that. We have to discuss the, of course, Carabao Cup final, the biggest game of the weekend. But no, look, you guys are still in a fairly good position. A MERINO masterclass or Arteta masterclass, you might want to say. And yeah, look, over these sides, it's not so comfy. It's not good. I'll keep it so real. That, as we can see behind us, the flag is staying down. It's not going back up for the rest of the season. I'll be real. Unless there's like a special stream, we might have the flag up for like a Spurs stream. But right now, it's a bit shameless. You're gonna have to keep it down. But look, we're on your way in, people. There's always a standard. Make sure you show some love. Make sure you like the damn video. We always aim for 50 likes minimum on the North Divide. So if you can help us get there, smash the like on the video, as well as show some love to Hooks, who's it's on the road to 5K. Not too far away, but you guys can show some love. Get over there, smash the subscribe button, and we're going to be sending you guys straight over to Hooks after this video, where he's going to be doing About the Fan with Sava, where he talks a bit more about Sava as a fan, where he's come from, how he came to supporting Spurs, and I suppose he'll probably get a lot of his thoughts or some of his thoughts on the most recent fixture and result, as well as Ange Postecoglou. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you stay in the stream after we finish to head over there and watch and listen. But as we mentioned, Newcastle Carabao Cup, huge final, trophy win. Hooks, what phase is Eddie Howe in?
I don't know, man. Big up to him, though. Do you know what? Yeah, obviously, like he had a really good upbringing, innit? This is why he got to where he is. He was. You get me? He got the right upbringing. His dad was there for him. He taught him the right things about football, guided him properly. And, I expected this because his dad played for Arsenal. So, of course, he had a very good, footballing education because, his dad came from one of the best football institutions in the world. So, it is what it is, obviously big up to him. Like, I think it's amazing that what Newcastle's been able to do under Eddie Howe, because when he came in, I swear his first season, he saved them from being relegated.
Yeah.
And then he got them to, I can't remember what order it's in, but he got them to the Champions League. Yeah. He got them to a Carabao Cup final that they lost, and then he got them back to the Carabao Cup final. And he won it. That first trophy in 70 years. That's mad. So now there's another team that's won a trophy before you. Do you know what's mad? Kieran Trippier actually left Tottenham, won a trophy at Atletico Madrid, and then won a trophy at Newcastle, and you still haven't won one. That's crazy, Like...
Bro, why are you look? This is the funniest thing. Like Slim Handle says here, or not Slim Handle, sorry.
Crazy, to be honest.
Who was it that just said it in the chat? Win, of course, win the chocolate Labrador. Sorry,
you know who that is, though, right?
Do you know what? I think I do, but I don't. But I think I do. I've got a feeling I know who it is. But like they said there, you had to make it about Arsenal. You found some way, somehow. We were supposed to big up Liverpool, Newcastle for what they're doing. And a huge win You know,
Yeah, yeah,
the foundations that were laid by Amanda Stavely and
yeah.
that took them over, and the big steps that they made. They went into the Carabao Cup just 2 seasons ago. It was unfortunate to lose to
Yeah.
Manchester United.
No,
The fact that you could say that they deserved to win, and then when again this year, where many would have said that they wasn't expected to win. They had a big loss with Lewis Hall going into the game,
yeah.
Sven
Botman,
Botman being injured, and
Gordon.
also Gordon being suspended. They had all these players missing.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
odds were against them.
yeah, yeah.
Eddie Howe, as you said, he had the season where he went relegation, top four. Again, last season, a huge injury crisis, managed to finish
Yeah.
seventh, putting himself in a decent position. And now this year, potentially, again, pushing on into the Champions League and winning a trophy. And you wanted to go and talk about how the foundations were laid at Arsenal, man. The foundation. Now Eddie Howe and
Nah,
Newcastle.
he had solid foundations. I was just bigging up man like Don Howe, bro. Like, you get me? His dad must be, you get me? Would have been very proud of him. No, it's a
No,
big achievement.
look,
Achievement.
if
You
you
get
feel
me?
that way and you want to
Wait,
bring it to Arsenal,
he's the first English manager to win something since Harry Redknapp.
yeah, you are right about that. There's not many English managers out there doing big things. And Eddie Howe, do you know what? And that's gonna bring me on to a conversation. But I think let's talk a bit more about the final first, just to say Newcastle were just flawless. Like I feel
Amazing.
like they
Joe Linton, crazy.
just some they went there knowing that they wanted it, that this was everything. Like they actually the occasion meant something to them, and you can tell from minute one. It felt like the first 20-30 minutes Newcastle were on their leg. They're like, no, you guys are not getting away with this today. But I started to get worried because I remember when we were talking at halftime and they had the 1-0. I was just like, Liverpool are gonna have a way better second half. I thought Liverpool are gonna come out, do the usual thing where they just start badding man up first 5-10 minutes, get a goal, and it's even now. And now the game can go either way. But Newcastle just didn't let them off their neck. They said, nah, bro, we're getting another one. Nah, you ain't letting us. Trust me. If you don't feel, you will listen. You know them ones. And
blood, sweat, and tears, man.
they put in the work. That Isaac celebration was brazy, bro.
You think I'm going to them? You think I'm going to these, man?
Who's my man? Yo, who's my man? I think they are like, yo.
These man, you know.
It's the faces. It's the face. They caught him in perfect time, and he's just like, yo, who's my man? And the fact that Van Dijk might leave, and that might be his last big moment in the Liverpool shirt, it's not looking good.
A few of them might be leaving. I saw an article come out that apparently since Liverpool got knocked out of the Champions League, Salah's been pretty detached from Anfield. I mean, ain't really felt the same.
Obviously, arguing in training with Trent and them things.
Yeah, beefing. Yeah, man. It's not
crack.
When I said the anarchy in the camp and maybe things won't go so well, people told me, "Oh, you're deluded. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a hater." And then look, gone out of the Champions League, lost in a final, all in the same week. Yo, by the way, it is too quiet on the internet. Because if this happened to Arsenal, if Arsenal was in the exact same scenario, oh my God. I'd have 100K.
You know what it is, though?
I'd have 100K followers on Twitter. I'd have 100K followers on Twitter overnight.
I see Hooks' thing. Hooks is like, as much as he's rating the Newcastle thing, he's just using this to fuel his Liverpool hate. He's loving it right now. He's like, Hooks needed something to just, just inject something into his veins. He's like, Liverpool 2 losses in a week.
Oh, 2 losses in a week.
Revitalized. He's feeling revitalized as a fan again because he's feeling justified to the point that, if only Saka was here, we'd beat this Liverpool team. We'd be above this Liverpool team.
If we didn't have the injuries.
This win is justified.
If we didn't have the injuries, it would have been long. Would have been long. This is why I'm so vexed at my team, because like if we didn't drop all them stupid points, West Ham, Everton, Nottingham Forest, then by the way, we're like within touching distance of them. Don't get me wrong, we could witness the most funniest thing to ever happen in the history of football. And all I need is for all of the teams that I'm playing next to just lose to me. It's cool. Just hold the L, because we could achieve something great together. Yeah? We could achieve something great together. But, at least I know, cool. They win the league. Cool, you won the league. Celebrate. Big up. Nobody cares about the context. once you've lifted the trophy, innit? But all I will know in my heart of hearts, yeah, deep down in my heart of hearts, yeah, that if I didn't have the injuries and, you know, Saka was with us the whole season, Erdegaard was with us the whole season, Havertz was with us the whole season, then, by the way, I would have won the league. And I know this now. Them man are falling off. See, this is what I said, yeah, because I said in January, yeah, if Liverpool are serious about, because at this point in January, they were still in everything. They was in the FA Cup, they was top of the league, they was in the Champions League, and is in the League Cup, yeah. I said, if these men are serious about winning things this season, yeah, they got to sign at least 2 players. They didn't sign anybody. And to me, that's mad. That's mad.
Do you know what it is, though? I feel like Liverpool, they had always accepted the fact that they didn't need, like, there was that little bit of pressure off of them that they didn't need to win all 3 trophies, and they didn't really need, like, if they won the Premier League, that was more than good enough for them. That was going to justify them having a good season, and that would be like, yeah, first season slot, they've won the league, but
not from where they were. Not from
where they were mid-season, but at the same time, it depends how people look at it, innit? I don't feel like Liverpool's board and FSG as a club have ever been reactive to look at that moment in time and focus on the fact and be like, oh, right now we need to win the league because we're the position we're at. No, they just look at it from, oh, the plan from the start of the season was this, we're going to stick to our plan. And I think they're very hot on that. They stick to their they stick to what they're going to do from the start of the season already. They knew they wasn't going to sign no in January, so they didn't plan to. And we have to always also look at it like this. So the second Premier League, they're winning their second league, which is pretty much guaranteed now because they only need 4 or 5 games to confirm that. Yeah, if they go out there and get that done, I don't think any, like in Liverpool, maybe let's not look outside Liverpool. We're obviously going to create narratives of fans and go off the back of what the fans are. But Liverpool as a club, I'm going to care about Champions League and Carabao Cup because they finally won the league again. It's their second league. And I think it's fair to say, but I think there could be a conversation to be had that Liverpool won 2 of the worst league titles. 2 of the worst Premier League titles. Like that is definitely a conversation to be had. This COVID title and this title this year, this is the worst the top 6 has been. Like,
hey, and I'm not gonna say that because if I say that,
no. We're having a conversation. It's we're not saying it's the truth, but it's a conversation to be had, people, because I think it's more than fair to say. You just have to look at what's going on. Look where Man United, Tottenham, even like Arsenal aren't that good right now. 2 years ago, Arsenal were better. Man City were better. So many teams that were better just 2 years ago.
Man City fell off. Man City fell off madly.
Everyone's fallen off this year. Everyone's taken a fall, and Liverpool have rose. Just like in the COVID year, everyone had taken a fall, and Liverpool had rose. So look, we're not taking nothing away. A Premier League win is a Premier League win. But just taking it back to the Carabao Cup final in Newcastle for a final bit. We all know who your number 1 target this summer is. We all know who supposedly Arsenal want and the striker who everyone wants right now. Alexander Isak scored in the cup final yesterday. Is this going to be the time for Isak to make a move? Or is this going to be the time for him to double down on this project and be like, this is the place for me to be, just winning a trophy and potentially if they do get Champions League football?
If they get Champions League football, my advice to him would be to stay. Yeah. Because he could potentially, he may already be a cult hero.
He is. It's their first, literally, you have to remember, 70. Alan Shearer's got a trophy, bro. Statue, sorry. He didn't win nothing for them. This is their first trophy win in 70 years. He's definitely going to have something. If it's not a statue, he's going to be a legend. He's going to be pictured up everywhere.
Like in my opinion, like Newcastle are on the cusp, of being able to become a mad titan in English football. Do you know what I mean? Like we can't ignore the fact that their owners are richer than everybody else's owners combined, you know, which means when it comes to a point where they've sorted out their revenue and that, and they can start spending properly, nobody can challenge them. So if I was the likes of Isak, the likes of Bruno, the likes of Tonali, the likes of Gordon, I'm sitting there, even Botman, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, if I just set up base here, I could be on a mad thing in the next few years. Because realistically speaking, yeah, cool, boom. Let's just say Isak, he moves to Arsenal or he moves to Liverpool. It doesn't guarantee him that he'll win a trophy, but he's just won a trophy.
Yeah.
At Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Like he would have just made Champions League. He'll be in the Champions League again with Newcastle. Like, and this time they go into the Champions League, they're definitely going to bolster the squad. However that may be, whatever kind of question marks that potentially the owners may have had over Eddie Howe, and they have over their time, he's kind of washed that away. He's won them a trophy. He's done something in it. He's gonna get a statue. That's the maddest. He's gonna get a statue.
No, he is.
We may not all like the brand of football that he plays. You know, at times it's very frustrating to go up against. You feel like you're in a rugby game. UFC match is dirty, physical, all of that, low block, all of that. You know, counter, transitional, all of that. But he's managed to build, which I think, you know what, may even be a shout for best midfield in the Premier League.
Yeah, that midfield for me is definitely when you talk about a cohesive unit, maybe not individual as players, but as a cohesive unit, that three together, unstoppable.
Crazy.
Like just P. They got tech, they got the power, they got the presence. They literally work. They all cover each other's deficiencies so well. But yeah, when you talk about Isak, yeah, the opportunity to stay for me, and like you said there, Newcastle are building something special. I feel like what he should do is sign a new contract, maybe put a release clause in there for about 130, 140 million. So it guarantees that if it is a good deal, it's a good deal for Newcastle, good deal for him. But also, let's have it right. He deserves the money. He deserves the 250k a week or whatever another team might potentially offer him. So Newcastle can't deny him of that opportunity. Pay up the big bucks, give him what he wants, get the club what they want. All the parties stay happy. But no, the opportunity for him and Newcastle is massive. And
Newcastle is Newcastle's a city, where if you're Isak now, well, it's any of the players, but especially if you're Isak now, because they will look at Isak as like their franchise player, in it.
Yeah,
like he can go anywhere in Newcastle, and everything's free.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
going to be that guy, you know, like when you have the key to, like, Drake has the key to the six and that, like that.
Yeah,
he's going to have one of those.
Yeah, he's got the key to the city, bro. It's over. It's all right. Like, there's nowhere in the world now where he can go where he will be treated better than what he will be in Newcastle. Nowhere. And sometimes those things are just like a bit more important, innit? Like, as a human, sometimes them things are just a bit more important. Like, unless it's like, cool, Real Madrid or Barcelona are after me, and like I can guarantee that out of the next 10 years, I'm probably going to win 5 La Ligas at the bare minimum, then I don't know. Because, like, again, if you go to Liverpool, you're going to win trophies. But I think you can win trophies at Newcastle. Liverpool have never dominated any era of Premier League football. So it's not like you're going to go to Liverpool and you're going to win something every year. Maybe if Klopp was there, maybe if he went when Klopp was there.
Dean feels otherwise.
Yeah, he's going to win things, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be like every season he's winning something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like if he goes Arsenal every season he's going to be winning something. It's not like if he goes Man City every season he's going to be winning. Especially with Pep, he's on the way. He'll probably do the rebuild one more season, and then maybe after that season he's probably dipping. Whoever comes in is not dominating English football the way that Pep did. He goes to Chelsea. Yeah, at some point he may win things, but he's never going to consistently win things. So it then becomes an argument of, cool, yeah, I can win things there, but I'm probably going to win things here. So then what do I care about now? The love that I receive. And for me, like, because there was a period of time, I would say from about, well, even early on, because when Petit left Arsenal to go Chelsea, it came out afterwards that he actually regretted Sorry, was it Barca he went to, or was it? No, I think it was Chelsea. I think he went Chelsea and then he went Barca. It was one of the two. It came out that he regretted leaving Arsenal. The same with Haleb. Haleb came out, regretted leaving Arsenal. Fabregas came out, regretted leaving Arsenal. Henry, don't know if he regretted, but he definitely came back because players talk about like what it was like being the love you receive at Arsenal is there's nowhere else. It's not the same anywhere else. Like you look at what's his name? Sanchez.
Yeah.
But went to his first training session at United, was asking his agent, can I go back to Arsenal? Do you get it? So sometimes the grass is not always greener. So while you got something good, just ride it out, man. Honestly, just ride it out, especially with like how the Premier League is so like it's kind of up and down at the moment. Like you don't know who's gonna do what. So
there's an opportunity for a team to take over and really do something. And when you talk about money, Newcastle have it in abundance. It's just they need to build the revenue streams a bit better. The opportunity. I know they're looking at doing the new stadium. Like I said, they're having the key to Newcastle. And let's have it right. Newcastle's actually an amazing city, bro. You want to go to Newcastle? You want to go a night out? That is a place to go. Go visit Newcastle. You're gonna have a good time. But it's one of those ones where he can now be that player that starts to attract even bigger players, because bigger players already look at the opportunity at Newcastle. Now they're going to be like, okay, they've won something. They've already started to look at the money-wise. They know that wages never going to be a problem. They can pay them whatever they want. But now with the team they're building, the players they got, like you said there, Newcastle could start to be an outside challengers. And Eddie Howe all praise to him, man, because Eddie Howe's really like, when you talk about an English manager that's come from the gut, the guy was in League Two. League Two with Bournemouth, innit? He brought them all the way up to the Premier League, done that route, and then now he's obviously done Newcastle.
Do you know what, not a lot of people know about this, but this is why I big up Eddie Howe as well, because when he got sacked by Bournemouth, and it's mad when he got sacked by Bournemouth when you think about it, because now he's gone on to win a trophy. He didn't go straight back into management. He went around traveling, being involved in like different football across Europe, across the world, studying, analyzing, forming like his ideas on football. And then when he went to Newcastle, he kind of put all of that into play. So you could actually say that a lot of this that's happened has just come through a lot of like personal development, which is like maybe he's a good case study for people that in the football game, coaching and that, but maybe you can also apply it to other facets in life that don't always just rush into your next gig, in it. Like sometimes take some time out to study the game and improve yourself and kind of figure out the way you want to do things, and then to get it, because then the success comes from when you're prepared. He was prepared, and maybe this was all part of his plan. But people,
listen, that's Hook's relationship advice. He just dressed it up to be Eddie Howe, but listen, man, listen.
No, hey, man, don't always jump right back in, because it's peak, we all like, you get it, you know what I mean? But like also as well, it's mad, because now I'm sitting here as an Arsenal, big up DB 1981, my brother.
DB, man.
20 likes, by the way, you got to start talking to Saeed, about the people that he sends through,
Nah, do you know what? I was getting onto them in his chat as well, because we had nearly 2K in there and we were struggling to get 1K likes for the whole stream, like struggling to get up there. Like the people in here just don't, it's like they don't know where the like button is. You man find it so hard, like literally down here, you just point a little bit down. Oh, if you're on full screen, just unfull screen it for a second, tap the like button. It doesn't take a second, it don't cost a thing. Let's get the likes up to 50. That's what we're aiming for. 197 people in the place. It won't even take a second to get up to 50. So make sure you can get there. But sorry, it's gone. Finish on your point.
20 likes is crazy. But you know what? I'm now sitting here. Because it's weird, because I'm now sitting here as an Arsenal fan and going, cool. Arteta came in and he won an FA Cup, cool. But he won that FA Cup before he started his process. Yeah. Even I can't, and even I have to admit that. Like when he first came in, he was actually very open about how he's got somewhere he's trying to get to, but at the moment he can't do that. So he has to work with what he has to make something go on, innit? which he was able to do. So props to him in it. But I've been like, you know, I've trusted the process in it.
Yeah.
Like I'm towards the end of my tether now, and depending on what happens this season, you get me, like, you know how we go forward. But I'm now sitting there thinking, raw, like, man, I've been sitting here waiting all this time, yeah, and I've seen you, yeah, you picked up the team in a bad position, but nowhere near as bad as what Eddie Howe picked up Newcastle. Them man were going to be relegated. Yeah. You had bad players, but you had better players than what he picked up in Newcastle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know, he hasn't really had money. Yeah, he's bought some big players, but he hasn't had that much money. You spent a lot of money. Or some will argue, you know, maybe over the course of 10 windows, maybe Arteta should have been allowed to spend more on the size of who Arsenal are and the revenue. But he spent close to 800 million. It's a lot of money. Eddie Howe hasn't spent anywhere near that.
Nowhere near.
Eddie Howe actually is under the richest ownership in world football, but he's crippled. But he's still been able to pick out talents. Look, he got Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall wasn't a lot of money. Tino Livramento wasn't a lot of money. Got Bruno Guimaraes, who Arsenal was actually heavily linked to, that we could have got.
You see what he's doing with Fabian Schär, blood? You see what he's doing with Fabian Schär?
Like Tonali,
to be fair, he was a big money signing. That was a £70 million signing. AC Milan's captain who just won the league at the time. That's what you could say a franchise signing at the time.
Yeah, but
obviously he had the gambling ban and that he faded into the existence sort of thing.
But it's the talent. I'm talking about the talent.
The talent ID, facts, yeah.
Well, more so the talent, because obviously, like, probably all of our scouting divisions know. Actually, not even probably. All of our scouting divisions know who Tonali is. They all know who Isak is. They all know who Bruno is. But Newcastle executed it. Do you get it? Newcastle executed it. So, and when I look at Gordon, I look at Isak, I look at Bruno, I look at Tonali, and I'm thinking, how has Newcastle been able to sign players of this quality, but I haven't? Do you get what I'm saying? And then it's taken Eddie Howe less time to take Newcastle from relegation to winning a trophy than it has for Arteta to take Arsenal back to winning another trophy. So now I'm thinking, like, it's kind of dark, you know? Like, when you actually sit down and you
Not kind of dark, it is dark.
It's kind of dark.
Pitch black almost.
It's kind of dark. Hey, don't do that, because if we start...
No, I'm just throwing it out there because, as we said at the start, what phase is Eddie Howe in? Because, look, your manager, 5 years, and what makes it even worse is, for one, he slapped you up in the semi-final to get here. I know about doing that, you know, because the last cup I did when I slapped you up in the semi-final too. So Newcastle just sort of doing what we done. I hear it, you know, copy my flow, copy my steez. It happens, innit? When it looks nice, you got to do it twice. So when I'm looking at this, Eddie Howe is doing what he's doing. Like I said, with a less budget, with just smarter, he's doing better talent ID tactics. I'd be way more open saying that Eddie Howe is more tactically averse than Arteta as well, because I think you see in games he can play attacking football, he can play counter-attack football, he can play defensive football. His team plays all kinds of football. He adapts on the fly. There's certain games you go into, and even some Newcastle fans will sit there and say, "Oh, I'm confused. I'm not sure if he's approaching the game in the right way. Why is he making these changes?" And bang, Newcastle come out and they play some good football. There's also been games where it does go wrong for him, but one thing that's been apparent, I think, with Newcastle is that they can change their football and style, and you never really know what to expect from them. And that's why they manage to blitz teams and why they catch teams off guard so often. So when I look at this, and I think it's a really good conversation to have, especially now he's got a trophy, because it just adds that bit more justification. Eddie Howe, I think with the resources, like, for me, would be a better manager than Arteta. Even right now, like, when you just look at what Eddie Howe has done, what he's proven to be, yes, Arteta has finished higher positions than him in the league in his short time. I think just what you need to be able to look at what a manager's doing with their resources. Eddie Howe's been flourishing for a very long time.
The only thing that I disagree with is that Arsenal, there's way more expectation. It's a harder job. It's a harder job, innit? Like, it is a harder job. But the thing is, I like, there was a point where I think when he was at Bournemouth, I would have taken him at Arsenal. I thought he was a good manager back then.
Yeah, no, he was always a good manager.
Look how he transformed Joe Linton. Joe Linton was a striker at Newcastle. He was whack. Man moved him into the midfield.
Oh, he's a coach, isn't it? That's a proper coach. Yeah. That is a proper coach, man. Like that's what Eddie Howe's doing. And you know, bro, like you said, I think it'll be a few years, maybe after Tuchel's reign. Maybe we'll see what actually happens with Newcastle, because if they start to progress, then I don't think he goes anywhere. He could be the manager that we're looking at of having one of the longest reigns in the Premier League of recent history. I don't think that they're going to look to sack him anytime soon. It would only be off of his own accord if he wants to leave. But look, big up to everyone who came over from Saeed's raid. I did forget to say, shout out, big up Saeed for the raid. Like we said before, can we get these likes up there? The likes are on 32 right now, which has gone up a little piece, but still not gone up enough. Let's make sure we get that up to 50. So if you haven't already, like the damn video. We've got a few people in this chat. Wagwan Donna, I don't see a member sign next to your name no more. That's a bit crazy. So maybe I'll take that on
Wagwan as well, you know.
Oh yeah. So it's only the other chat. Unwagwan, yeah, Unwagwan. I'm bringing that one back.
Yeah, it's only the big boy channels that don't get me.
Yeah, man. I see what you're on. I see what you're on, Donna.
Yeah, we see what Donna's on there.
But bro, he has Jolin and playing like an absolute powerhouse. Props to Howe, honestly. Hey, Jords, 3 points heavy. Yes, Z, look, we're going to get into it. We thought, look, but to be honest, both of our games are pretty boring this week. So I didn't want to spend loads of time talking about Tottenham and the Arsenal game. But we're going to. No, but we're gonna get. We're not finishing at 3 on dot today, so we got time. Don't worry about that. We're gonna try go into yours. So don't worry. We're gonna spend a fair amount of time. I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that we gave Newcastle their fair props and dues, and we spoke about them because it's a big weekend. It's first time in 70 years actually. So it's a big day for them, and I want to make sure that we're bigging them up. Josh, where is the revisionism? Please tell me what revisionism is mad. Please tell me. But like Yasser says here, smash the likes, people. But Howe couldn't defend well before at Bournemouth. I wonder if it was a squad or if he improved and got better defensive coaching staff. A bit of both. I think the squad has improved for Newcastle, but as you've seen, they've also got a lot better defensively as they've brought in more players. But even still, no Sven Botman. They're missing their main centre-back and getting a great performance out of Fabian Schär. So got to give Eddie Howe his props. But look, we'll bring it over to my side of North London, because I think it's fair to say I've been dodging the smunk, doing up Floyd Mayweather, Philly show in most of the streams today. I've been making sure that we've not spoken about Spurs. But look, I'll start off by saying Spurs are shit. No surprise. We lost the game. Are you entertained? Rival fans, were you entertained? Because I don't think anyone was. The game was extremely, extremely boring. A lot of mistakes in the first half. To start off with, the lineup was just wrong. He got the lineup wrong. I know I sent out a tweet saying that it was some much expected changes, and it was. But at the same time, we've got to be honest here. You start with a midfield three with no Bergvall, no Maddison, no Kulusevski, no attacking or creator, someone that can play in the 10. It's always going to happen. It's always going to. Ange has lost his head, because I don't know if you guys see, actually, if you saw the video, maybe I should see if I can try and get it up. But Ange is out here arguing with the fans after the game. Someone said we've got to see more, and he's out here turning around like he's trying to scrap, man. Like he's lost his mind. He's all over the place at the moment. So insecure. And you can just tell, innit? Like the performance itself shows to me that the squad really hasn't got that belief in Tottenham right now. The squad is starting to fall out. The squad is starting to question his ability to manage. And there is no tactical adaptability in games. We go for the exact same changes. Try to bring on, you saw it literally throwing the kitchen sink, because he brought on Dane Scarlett, he brought on Madders, he brought on Son, he brought on Odebert. He brought on all these subs and changes, but none of them made a difference. The one positive I will say is Romero started to look a bit more like himself in this game off the back of 2 poor, stinking performances. The South American Sicario was almost back to his best, but he got subbed off like 60 minutes in before the goals. So unfortunate there. There was a penalty shout that a lot of people were going out there saying. Again, I don't know if you saw. Let me see if I can get some of this stuff up because you were probably watching the Arsenal game, so you probably missed a few of these things. But
yeah, I didn't see any. I haven't seen any of the goals. I didn't see nothing about the Tottenham game. All I know is you had your full team, and you still lost to Fulham. So I guess we can't use that when my players are back, Jazz, or you know what I mean. Can't really pull that.
I've stopped saying that though. Come on, Hooks. You can stop being disingenuous now. You can run the banner all you want, but we've been on this North Divide show for many weeks where I've been saying I've lost faith in the team. I've lost faith in the manager. I really don't expect much in a lot of these games. You know that. Come on, guys. Let's not do that.
Hey, you don't need to seek validation from me, bro. It's okay, man.
Is that what we're doing now? All right, cool. Well, let me see your thoughts on this because this is a moment at 0-0, which some people may say could have changed the game. A penalty shout, which some people are saying is a penalty, isn't? Yeah. I don't know if it's a bit more of a body check, innit? Like
it is a but yeah. It's soft.
It's one of those like it's a proper body check because like I said, although you've seen those given. It was more of he used his body to get in front of him and done well to protect the ball. Yeah. So I was of the thought, I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and try to do the referee thing, the excuse thing. I get why it wasn't given as a pen. There was also another pen shout that went to Fulham's way where Jed Spence actually did put in hands in Raul Jimenez's back, but he sort of over-exaggerated it, sort of done a bit of a dive midair, so it didn't get called as anything. But one moment that was one of the key moments in the game, which have been a big surprise, is I suppose these two moments care to look Hooks, where we've seen. I suppose our team is just. This is what happens when you're rubbish, isn't it? This is literally what happens when you're rubbish.
Yeah, why is it the brother on loan that's talking to the fans? Where's your?
I don't know.
Where's your captain? Where's all of that? Why is it this brother who, by the way, can barely speak English? You get it? Like, why is he the one that's where's all?
Who's that? Who's that?
Is that Ange? No way, that's Ange. When he's not talking to them,
bro. Look. We'll scroll up and show you the interaction with what happened when Ange was speaking to the fans. Look.
I tell you, this brother, he's a pussy, old man. I tell you, this brother's a pussy, old man. I tell you, he's a pussy. Bro, I've been saying it for time, and people always used to say to me, oh, it doesn't matter that when he's doing his press conferences, he looks that, bro, pussy, old man. He's not a leader. No whenever the things don't go his way, he's always got attitude in press conferences. Always looking down. Can't look the interviewer in the eye. Can't look the camera, so you're addressing the people properly. But he's got no spine, no backbone. He's such a poor example for other players, for young players. Such a poor example. He's actually just shit. I've been telling man for so long. This guy's shit. But everyone thought I was a hater because when he came in, he had the purple patch, and you man won the league in October, bro. But then after that, bro, it's been downhill, and then all I've heard is injuries, he needs time. Arteta was given time. Why can't he be given time? When he gets his players, by the way, can we just all Tottenham fans, yeah? Just you get it, man. Allow it. This brother is like, look, I wish that Ange could stay at Tottenham for life. Yeah? For life. Yeah? For life. Because every time I see him on the touchline, I just feel so alive. Yes, forever. But you, man, in your fan base, yeah? You, man, should be rioting to get this brother out. Because you won't go nowhere. Why is he getting more time, yeah, and more leniency than Conte and MERINO?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why he's getting more time and leniency. My head is confused as much as yours is, bro. Like, bro, the guy's lost 15 games this season. This is statistically worse than our worst season in this decade. He's literally the worst manager in the last 30, 40 years Tottenham have ever had, bro. It's nuts. 15 losses. We have 9 games to go. Hooks, we could be on 20 defeats by the end of the season. It's looking more than likely that we're going to have a minimum of 16 to 18 defeats, where we're going to have more than half of our games. More than half of our games are going to be losses.
You haven't even hit the 40-point mark yet.
Word to Lewis, it's road to 40 points, bro. It's the road to 40 points this season. I might have to just do the road to 40 points next year. And Z says it here, man. It don't get any better because you might have Chelsea away next. And our record is horrible. It's horrible against Chelsea.
You have to beat them, man, though. You have to beat them, man, though.
It's horrible against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And look, just to give people some context to what fixture Spurs have got coming up. And I'm going to say what needs to happen to have a little bit of change. But Chelsea away from home, Southampton at home, which you could say is, all right, cool, might win that game. But then we have Frankfurt at home, Wolves away, Frankfurt home, Nottingham Forest away, or Nottingham Forest at home, sorry, Liverpool away, West Ham away. Then we have Palace, Villa, Brighton. It don't get any better. We lost to Brighton. We've lost to Palace. We've lost to Liverpool. We lost to did we lose to Nottingham Forest? I'm pretty sure we lost to Nottingham Forest as well. We've lost to half of the teams that we've played already, bruv. Like, it's not looking good. We're gonna be nearly 20 losses by the Ange needs to get sacked today. Tottenham need to go out there, try get a replacement in to try revitalize, not even the end of the season, revitalize this Europa League fight, because we have nothing to go in this Europa League, not with this manager. I don't want to hear people say, give him a chance, you know, he's going to always win stuff in his second season. I'm not being deluded by that. I'm not hearing it no more. He's shown his cards and his cards are just not good enough. He's not landing nothing. He's got nothing in play. There's going to be no change. The performances aren't getting better. And honestly, you asked the question there. I generally don't know how Ange's still in a job. I don't know.
He's not going to get sacked before the end of the season, though. It's just not going to happen. Like, because Levy got absolutely roasted and dragged through the mud when he got rid of Jose Mourinho before a cup final. So he's not going to do that again. I think most likely what's going to happen is he'll probably go immediately if he goes out of the Europa League.
But at that point, the season's done. He has an absolute cheek. What? So we do another 10. We're going to do the last 8 games, 5-6 games with Ryan Mason. Like, this is Tottenham's. I told you, we're in a cycle. And this is where Tottenham are just going to continue. I know the season's done already, but if after Europa League, it's officially done that we're going to be finishing 15th, 16th, and what, we're going to let Ryan Mason ride out the rest of the season as usual. And it's just,
might as well.
We do the cycle. We might as well let just let Ryan Mason take over now. Why not? Why not let Ryan Mason take over? He might do a Di Matteo thing.
You never know. Like, hey, at the end of the day, as long as he wins games, like, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, it does. It does matter. We need direction. We need someone that's going to come in and actually give some belief into this club. Stop accepting mediocrity, because I've accepted that for far too long. And quite frankly, this mentality that we have as a club to just go into these games, Maddison midweek saying, yeah, he cares about his goals and assists. He wants to try and get some good numbers before the end of the season. Just disgraceful. Disgraceful. How our biggest and players are coming out mentioning their GA stats. Bruv, he said something about in an interview like, I'm focused on just trying to, I know that the season isn't well, but I'm focused on just trying to get some more goals and assists, you know, trying to have an impact on the team, but also have a good season personally and all of this rubbish. Bruv, I don't care about your personal season or what you got going on and your goals and assists. You can be Tottenham's goal scorer right now, but you're shit. Just like half of our team is shit. Our team is just not ready to step up. We've got way too many young players that, look, we thought they were going to come in and have a significant impact. There's so many that haven't had a significant impact. There's some that have tried to, and they've been good. But again, they can only be, there's only so much you can do when the tactics just aren't working. And right now, for a long time, the tactics have not been working. And there isn't anything good to come out of Tottenham this year, apart from maybe a 50 Cent concert, a Kendrick Lamar concert, or Beyonce one. Because it's definitely not the football. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not the football.
So can you admit that I was right then at the beginning of the season when I told you that you man weren't going to do anything?
Can you admit I was right when I told you at the beginning of the season that you wasn't going to do anything? I still have Europa League. So when we're both out of the competition, we'll come on this show and we'll admit it to each other. Go on, that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're gonna do. That'll probably be in about a month's time, and in that month's time, Liverpool probably would have confirmed their league win. They maybe not Anfield 89, Anfield 89 reversed. Yeah, reverse. Yeah, because they're gonna win it, and you're gonna give them a guard of honor. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. And after that show, we'll do the. Do you know what? You was right about my team. I was right about your team. We'll do it that day. How about people in the chat? You remember this one? Make sure that we bring it back up. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. But look, I hear you, bro. League is trash at the moment. I think Paul have been very fortunate this year. Gunnar K is most definitely right about that. And Jords, maybe you got to start crying if you beat Chelsea, saying I got my club back. This means something to me. Shout out to CB. Look, we're definitely gonna try and get a preview in with CB for that game because it should be an interesting one. But are you looking for something? Are you looking for
So you know what? Yeah. They've got to win 5 games in it for us to give them the guard of honor.
Well, no, technically,
no, it's 5 games. The most we can get. Well, providing that Arsenal win providing Arsenal win, they would have to win 5 games. And
because 12 ain't got not 15.
Well, 5 games regardless, 5 wins regardless. Well, 5 wins regardless from this point.
If they match your results in the next 5 games, I mean, if they match your results in the next 5 games, yes, then that means they win the league by the 30. By match week. By match week 34, by match week 34, they'll win the league.
But Merseyside derby, tricky one, possibly a draw. Yeah, hopefully win our game. Fulham away, tricky game. You learned that.
I mean, it is a tricky game, no doubt about it.
As long as those.
I'm just letting you know now. Don't expect Tottenham to do you any favors. I'm just gonna let you guys know. Do not expect Tottenham to do you any favors.
I never expect Tottenham to do me any favors, but
it's just because people still talk about last year about how we could have Man City. Yeah, don't expect Tottenham to do any favors.
Therefore, missed on purpose. But by the way, you see, as long as Liverpool don't beat Everton and don't beat Fulham, then providing we win all our games up until the Liverpool game, we won't give them a guard of honor.
Do you think that's going to be a possibility? No, let's talk about Arsenal now, because I think obviously Tottenham, there's not really much else to talk about. But on your team, well, unless you got something to say, you feel free, open floor. If you want to say something, no, all right.
I'll be real. I've had enough of hearing about Tottenham. I hear about them every season. They never do anything, so I just I'm cool to move on. Personally.
No, that's fine by me. That's perfect. And so just on that, as you said there, you guys need to win all your next games to put yourself back in contention. And I was watching your video earlier, and you're saying Liverpool have the funniest chance to do something right now, which is potentially bottle the league to Arsenal from 12 points.
No, I said bottle the league. I didn't say to Arsenal.
Bottle the league would be to Arsenal because you're in second place.
Maybe Nottingham Forest. Who knows?
But you're second place, so Nottingham Forest are third. So unless you think Nottingham Forest are going to go above you, then that's crazy. But like you mentioned with their fixtures, you guys just got a 1-0 win, which I think is fair to say. I watched both of the games, innit? Mainly Tottenham, but I kept an eye on the Arsenal one. And from what I saw, fairly boring game. Wasn't too much in it. I'd say you guys didn't have to do too much to get over the line because the chances you got, they pretty much gave to you. The defending was calamitous, again, expected, but ultimately you got the job done. Talk to us about the game, the performance, and I suppose
there's not really much to talk about. It was just a mature performance. We just showed them that we're so far away from you that is crazy, bro. We got the goal, and then what Arteta went, and you know what? We don't actually need to really do anything here, because if we start trying to open up, that kind of plays into the type of game that, Chelsea want to play. Chelsea want it to be open. Chelsea want it to be end-to-end. Chelsea want it to be about transition. That would have benefited them to a T. Arteta just went, you know what? I don't really fear their attack. Not really doing anything. I still don't think that they really had any threatening chance. I was not threatened by them one bit that whole game. Not one bit. So we just said, we'll just sit back. You can have the ball, and we just, conserve a bit of energy is what it is. No one needs to overexert themselves or anything like that. We had a few, a few attacks that, big up my brother, a few attacks that, you know, maybe could have got something from it. Maybe MERINO should have scored that chance. Martinelli defo should have done better than skying it over the bar. It's like, do you know what I mean? We didn't need to score. As soon as we got our goal, the onus then became on Chelsea of, okay, can you break us down at home? And they couldn't. And that's just the truth of the matter. Obviously, Cole Palmer stuck in the Emirates again. Idiot. Do you get it? Idiot. It is what it is. Like, so, but look, hey, I've only lost to Chelsea once in the last 10 games. I told all these men before a ball was kicked, I'm confident that we're winning the game. I told all these men, it doesn't matter if your team's more informed than mine or playing better football than mine, doesn't matter. I'm not losing or drawing to Chelsea at my ground. It's not going to.
Jacob said it was 11 games. 11 games.
I said 11, no?
It's a 10.
I said 10, my bad. 11, yeah, because this game made it 11. But yeah, so we've lost to them.
Do you know, interesting stat. I've seen that against, I think, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, and Liverpool, Man United, Man City. What team am I forgetting? Just Chelsea, Liverpool. It might just be those three. I feel like I'm forgetting a team. You know, against those three clubs anyway, and including they've won zero wins in 26 games in the last 26.
What, Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea against Man United.
Man.
Against Man United, Liverpool, and
these men know this about their club, and they tried to tell me that they was gonna win, bro. This is what I mean. Chelsea is not do you know what? Yeah, I keep on telling, man. Chelsea, yeah. So you know how Tottenham are my little bros, yeah. Chelsea, my little cousin, yeah. You know, little cousin always coming to the family events and they see you in the Air Forces and they go back to their dad. Oh, dad, I really want those Air Forces that Hooks had. Yeah. Them Seaman in the Averex jacket. You know the bomber jackets, bro. The Averex things. Yeah. Varsity thing. Dad, I really want that jacket that Hooks has. And then tutus, you go to the next family function and he's got the same crepe as you, and he's got the same jacket as you, and he's got the same Evisu jeans. Do you know what I'm saying? That's who Chelsea is, bro. But the difference is now, yeah. I can see clearly now Roman has gone. You get me? I can see all obstacles in my way, and these men are not one of them. They're not one of them. They're just not.
No, I hear it. I feel like
that he's gone. Like these men, all their men are doing is going abroad to different nurseries, yeah, to find young ballers for the future. But they're never going to be in the present. They're always going to be chasing the future, bro. Chasing the future, bro. So why do I have to worry about a club that's always chasing the future? I'm trying to deal with the now. I don't care about these, man. Who are they? Idiots, man. They better be careful, you know. Cause I told them, yeah. And I know the pussy old Chelsea fans, some of them are out there. Yeah, I told them, yeah. If you lose to Arsenal, it does more damage to your season than mine.
Of course, though. I feel like Chelsea, like, it's not enough has been said on the fact they've got 14 points since the turn of December. Their last big win, or last away win, I'm pretty sure was against Tottenham, and that was the 8th of December. The Chelsea have been all over the place for the last 3 to 4 months. Enzo Maresca is doing Enzo Maresca things, and he's bottling and falling off at the end of the season yet again.
Yeah.
And Chelsea are just consistently getting away with the smoke because they're somehow managing. I don't even know how they're fourth. Don't know how a team at this level can be fourth, lose so many games, get battered left, right, and center, put in the performances that they are, but they're fourth. And this just goes to show how bad the Premier League is right now this season, because that Chelsea team isn't that good. Without a Cole Palmer having a good game, which I can't even lie, I done some great work. I done some great work on Friday. Yeah, gassing up Joey. Yeah, I was going, Joey, are you mad? You think that they can talk to Cole Palmer like this? Gassing him up, letting him think that Cole Palmer's gonna have an amazing game. He goes, yeah, it's not 1-1. Do you know what, George? You're right. 2-1. We're gonna win. gassed him up just for them to get worked and just for him not to play. And Chelsea, look, the way they even set up, I was mad confused. I was like, Reece James in midfield, all right, he's lost his mind. And Kunku up top, all right, he's lost his mind. He's not listening. Like, at first, I thought, oh, maybe Fofana's going right centre back, Reece James right wing back, five of the back ends. They're going to do the smart thing, you know, try to lock Arsenal up and just secure the point before the free.
Yep.
Nah, he lost his mind. He lost his damn mind, bro. Reece James in the clunky Reece James, the guy that's been injured for half of the last couple seasons, can't move, turn like a truck. He's got great, like we all know technically he's good, but he's never going to be able to do the defensive work, and the midfield work that you need from a midfielder. He's never going to be able to do the box-to-box role. That's not him.
Never.
So Enzo's just out here trying to create some mad solutions to some easy problems. And bro, it's just you just have to laugh at it, man. Because Enzo's literally having a similar season what Ange did last year. If you look at the Chelsea's point record and where Ange was at last year, it's very similar. Started off the season so good. Up until December, over exceeded the expectations. And up until now, that sort of December to March period, they even themselves out just to be in and around everyone. And I'm pretty sure at this point last year, Spurs are like 5th with 55 points, 56 points or something like that. Like, very similar position to where Chelsea are at right now. They're not doing that great. So it's not looking good over them sides. It's not looking good over them sides. But what you mentioned about what it does for their season and your season, I mean, let's talk about it. What does this win do for your season? Or can it give you guys a little push? I don't know. I'm just trying to ask. Does it just...
Yeah. Do you know what is good? Do you know what? Yeah. Like, look, I'm not even trying to be shameless here, yeah. But all I know is we just have to win every game, and then whatever happens, happens.
Madness.
That's just all it is. Because look, Liverpool are in a point where they win 5 games. Well, sorry, technically. Wait, who's happy? I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's cool. Just another brother online in the chat with no face in it. So cool. But big you up though. So by the way, yeah, Liverpool have to win 6 games for Arsenal, yeah, to not win the league. From this point, just by default, just from this point, because the highest points that we can get is 85, but that would need us to win all of our games. Yeah. Now, all Arsenal need to do is win their games. That's all we need to do. Win our games. And then whatever happens, happens, innit? Whatever happens, happens. Liverpool are running into a bit of a slump at the moment. The slump that I always knew that would come, which is why I'm vexed, yeah, that my team threw away so many points needlessly. So many points got thrown away needlessly, innit? Like, so many points got thrown away needlessly. But at this point, right now, all we can do is win our games. So when we come back from the international break, every game is a Champions League final. And that is the way that we should approach it. Because the teams that we have left, yeah, we got some hard games. But everyone that we have left on our day, we can beat them. So let's go and beat them. Apparently, Saka will be back. And look, I don't want to rush him back. But if I see him on the pitch, I can only assume that my medical department has signed him off, said it's blessed, and he needs to start building up match fitness. So we see what I want. Martinelli's back with a break, you know, comes back firing. Who knows? Everybody that's not going on international break for their countries, rest. You get me? A bit of relaxation, all them things there, maybe come back with a new lease of life. But at the very minimum, just make sure that you win your games. So look, when we come back, we play before Liverpool. So if we win, we go a game in. They have a game in hand, but we're now 9 points. It's now gone back down to single digits. If they don't win that game, then do you get it? Who knows? And that just is what it is. Yeah. And then we build on that. Say they don't win. Say they draw. It's 10 points now. Go into the next game week. Win the game. If we win the game and they don't win the game, the gap closes. If we don't win the game and they win the game, the gap increases. That's just what it is now. It's a race to the end. Yeah? And we just have to...
I thought it wasn't a race and that it was a marathon.
No, when I say the race, I mean like the 9 games that are left. It's just a race to the end of those games.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? And on that race, we just have to pick up as much points as possible.
okay.
And that's it. Like, and I know that every single week.
But it's the belief building, though. That's what we really want to know.
Week I'm going to be asked, "Oh, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is
No,
going to happen?"
I'm not asking you for your thoughts
I
on the
mean-
end. I don't want the end thoughts because we're gonna get there. Like you say, we're on the final lap. We're gonna see at the end what really happens. So I don't want you to predict what's gonna happen because we're gonna see how it plays out. You can just take it week by week, predict your next games and so on. We can speak on that. So I'm not gonna ask you, are Arsenal gonna win the title? But I am asking, is the belief coming back? Is there that glimmer, that little fire? Is it lighting? Is it just a little, like Charmander's tail? Is it just there's a little boat there? Just something to
I don't know yet. I'll have to ask me again after we beat Fulham, innit? After I see the next game week, then ask me. Then I'll be able to. But as it stands right now, like,
because what are you saying? 9 points.
It's actually unfathomable. It's actually unfathomable for Liverpool to lose the league from this point. Like, they would have to do something incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. Like,
no, I would.
Incredibly stupid.
It would, but let's have it right. 9 points, 8 games to go. Doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Especially when they have to go Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton, back to back.
When it's 12, it's like, all right, double digit, but 9 single digit points, 8 games, like,
and we still have to play them.
What?
By the time we get there, that could be a 6-pointer.
Who knows? Liverpool fans, you heard it here. Just look out, keep an eye out, keep checking those mirrors because the car's behind. I don't know whether it's coming or whether it's speeding. I don't know whether it's speeding, but right now it's behind, isn't it? Just know. So keep an eye out. You heard it here. But look, guys, we are aiming for 50 likes. So look, 7 away from 50 likes. Don't be frauds. Let's make sure we get that done before we head out, because we are going to head out in a second. Before we do head out, make sure you show some love. Hooks' channel is in the name of the video. Don't take a second. Go show some love to Hooks on the road to 5K. So if you guys can go subscribe to Hooks, show some love. New video about the fan gonna start at 3:30. So in just 15 minutes, stay over here, stay in the stream, tap a like, and watch the Sava about the fan. That'll be an interesting one. And he'll probably tell you about how bad Ange is as a manager, because respectfully, he is a bit older than me. So Sava can talk to you about the George Grahams, the Christian Grosses, and the Glenn Hoddles, the guys that were real mid-table specialists at Spurs. But he can probably go into deeper detail as to what those times were like as a Spurs fan. But yeah, man, look, we do have a video coming later. Spotlight on Spurs. Luke, Mr. Ange in himself. He's back. He's here. We got a video with him to just dive into a bit more details as to why he's Anging, his season expectations, and we'll probably review where Spurs are at now compared to the start of the season expectations from ourselves. So 7:30 p.m. Keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're there. But yeah, man, smash a like on your way out. Show some love, people.